All right, Mud. How are you feeling with this Mesner?
Yep, it's good. Thanks.
It's a big 3-hour bag, so. I've lived here since I was about 20, born on the coast, but moved away to Nelson, grew up there, and come back to the coast and have stayed here ever since. So that's been over 30 years ago. I've been unloading fishing boats. I have worked in a fish factory. I have been a manager, store manager of a supermarket here in Greymouth, and I've been a small motor mechanic working with my husband. And I decided very late in life that I wanted to be a nurse. I thought about it roughly in my very early 20s, didn't consider myself smart enough to become a nurse, and quite easily talked myself out of it. Then at 39, I thought, right, I'll go and follow my dream, and started at CPIT. Went over for 6 months beforehand in a pre-health course, which I believe they do here now. And because I'd been out of school longer than 25 years, and then started the terribly daunting but really exciting 3-year degree course. And I come home every weekend, had a husband and daughter, and so I would go like crazy during the school week, and then come home on the Friday. If my classes were late Monday, I'd come back Monday morning and go all over, start again. I was lucky enough to get some placements here on the West Coast, knowing that I would always work for the West Coast DHB. They had been really supportive in arranging placements for me, and there were some friends who were older nurses, which just kept me going when I just thought that things were tough, or I didn't do well in an exam or an assignment, and I'd get a bit discouraged. But there was always someone to keep me going, and I couldn't let my husband and daughter down. So that was 9 years ago, and I started work on Morris ward, which is our medical ward, and there was 6 months placement there, and then I went to the surgical ward, which I really enjoyed, but in my heart I wanted to be a medical girl, so I stayed on Morris, went into CCU, which I really loved. Caring for an acutely unwell patient, which may not be pleasure to the patient, but it's great nursing. It's really challenging, getting your mind working. I love that, but there was a position come up where a registered nurse was required to help second check chemotherapy, which was given in outpatients then. I jumped at the chance, and from there on I was seconded to work as an oncology clinical nurse specialist, and 6 months later I was accepted formally onto the team. From there I started doing postgraduate papers, and I got my PG diploma. I finished that last year, and then decided that I would become a nurse prescriber. My patients are specialised, and we have no formal doctor that looks after us in Greymouth. There's other CNS, and we only have the oncologists coming over once a month. We're able to talk to them on the phone and email, but we're well aware that they service Canterbury and Timaru and Ashburton, and to deliver better care for the patients and safer in some ways, I've decided to go for prescribing rights on my pathway to having a Master's in Nursing.